Hi all, welcome back to my channel. This is Govardhan Penny. Over here, we discuss about Indian benchmark indices along with the derivative data and in accordance with the global cues and what's happening around here. So, shall we jump into that? Let me just bring up the Nifty chart for you. And yes, so this is Nifty spot. Let me just bring up the Nifty Futures also. Okay, so on the left you have Nifty spot and on the right you have Nifty Futures. Why Nifty Futures? For the volume. So if you see, as we discussed yesterday morning, we did have a big gap down from Friday's close, although somewhere around 150 points, but although we just recovered that from the very first candle itself, it sort of made the bullish signs. And once the levels of 15680 broke yesterday on 15 minutes and 5 minutes closing basis, we just ramped up to 15,750 levels. So that's sort of again on a bullish note where we closed yesterday, and let's just see on the chart what happened. So let me just show you what happened exactly on Nifty Futures first. So Nifty Futures, on the opening itself we had heavy red candle, that's big volume, that's big side selling volume candle, but that got rejected basically. Although the volume was pretty heavy, but we just saw that the follow-up candle just made a green candle and sort of rejected the heavy sell side quantity also. And towards the end of the day, it just made up the momentum towards upwards. So we ended up in a very positive note yesterday. So that's about Nifty Futures. Let's come to Nifty Spot and let's discuss where we are heading. So for now, we are in this still positive zone. Okay, so 15,820 is the first resistance point for us on intraday levels. Let's just bring up that 15,828 is the first resistance on intraday levels, and then followed by 15,900 levels. That's all time high, 15,901 odd. On the downside, we have the primary support for at least intraday basis around 15,448 levels, and yesterday's low made a good support. So we have two supports and two resistance immediately from the levels that we are hovering around right now, and the intermediate support that could also lie is around 15,650 to 15,680 level. So that's another support level that we need to look out for. So that's 15,000, 675 area. So this is again one more intermediate support level. But on upside, suppose we are opening on a heavy gap up note. Currently it's around 120 points odd. I'll just bring up the SGX Nifty also for you for having a clarity. And so yeah, this is SGX Nifty, and currently we are trading around 105 points above from yesterday's closing. So that's a very positive sign for us, and if this particular level continues by the time until market opens, we'll be opening around these levels above 15,826 and below 15,900 levels. So this levels, if held for 15 minutes, 15,820 will turn as a good support. But if 15,820 is broken within the first 15 minutes, the first 15 to 30 minutes, we will again witness a volatile day in a very narrow range. That's again between 100 points odd. So the range could be from 15,680 to 15,820 approximately. So that's on that level. But assuming if 15,900 is broken, 15,975 would be the next resistance, just below 16,000 level. So that's a short note on Nifty, and since we have already seen SGX Nifty, let's also look into OI data. So before that, what I did for the ease of yours and also to keep a track of what we are discussing, I just prepared a Google sheet. and we'll just keep updating that on daily basis. So and I'll attach this particular sheet in the description, and you can check it out. It's completely free, and you have the view access, so feel free to check it out. I'll be sharing the trade ideas also, and if there are any trades that I have taken and executed, I'll keep updating them. And also I'll keep updating the derivative data levels and also the index data levels. So that's it for now, and we'll keep developing this sheet as the time goes on, and we can probably customize that to the best level that we can. So yes, that's on Nifty's front. So let's just jot down the numbers of Nifty in that sheet first, and then let's move to OI data and also the trade that we had on the live position. So currently for Nifty, we have closed on a positive note. Momentum on upside seems to continue, although the volumes aren't exciting. I would wait and watch before jumping the wagon here. So that's my take on Nifty right now, and let's just see where we head on. And so this was what I prepared yesterday, and I guess let me just align it. Probably once we align it, it'll stand fixed as the time moves on. So okay, so the short-term support here lies around 15,450 levels, and the long short-term resistance is 15,975 levels that we discussed. But on downside, the first support lies immediately at 15,820. 15,680. Second level 15,505, that's yesterday's low. 15,450, that's again. So 15,820, 15,901, 15,975. So these are the levels I would look out, and the long-term resistance for me in this case is 16,100, although we haven't reached, but I'll come to that in this when I prepare a summary video in this week about how I'm deciding long-term resistance. But let's look forward for that also. And long-term support still for me lies around 15,445. That's a level where we started around to move upwards from a very long time resistance, so that's still a long-term support for me. So that's for Nifty, and let's move to Bank Nifty also, and let's check it out. But before that, yeah, as I reminded, let's come and look into OI data for today. Since today is Tuesday, pretty much we have the OI data. So right now, yeah, so the upside resistance, like we just discussed, 16,000 has pretty much heavy call writing. I mean, not really any puts. 51 lakh contracts of calls written for 4.8 lakh contract puts. So that's pretty good resistance, and unless 16,000 is achieved on a closing basis, I don't think the call writers would rush to close their positions. So on that note, 15,975, like we discussed, is a good resistance level. And on the downside, we have 15,600. That's where 15,600 and 15,700 likely. So that's where we currently have our first support as 15,680 to 15,720 level. So I guess on OI front, it's clearly indicating that this might be a expiry range for us. So these are the levels to watch out for Nifty, and let's see where we head towards the day. So SGX Nifty is done, and let's just come into this trade. So the trade that we have been discussing all this week, and from the past week, I think past Thursday, I believe, that's what fourth trading day, right, today. So but we closed this trade yesterday at a profit of 10.2k. That's approximately 25% of the max profit that can be achieved. So we are pretty much happy for a 6.5 months long contract where we just achieved this in 3 to 4 trading days. So what we did exactly over here, we first closed down the 17,000 P with a trading stop loss at 1230. The D high was around 1286, and the 16,000 P which we sold, we converted it to intraday, and then we worked out on that. So basically we trailed that until 3 o'clock, and then a trailing stop loss of 621 got hit on that. Once it made a low of 615 odd levels, we trailed it to the previous candle high of 620 or 20 or 20.7 something, and then we closed it around 621 levels. So I guess we are out of trades completely, and right now we haven't taken any positions, but I'll keep you posted if there is anything that we take, and probably we can share it on live. So that's on Nifty strategy that we closed down, and let's move quickly to Bank Nifty also. So Bank Nifty, here we come. So yesterday Bank Nifty outperformed Nifty by a lot. So comparative, let's see where we are. I think these levels are good. Yes. So I guess, yeah, these are the levels that we discussed in yesterday's morning video, and I think these levels just worked out perfectly yesterday. So we discussed that Bank Nifty might test previous day's lows, and that's what happened exactly. Compared to Nifty, Bank Nifty fell drastically, and also it recovered in the same way. So on the downside, it made a low of 33,937. That was just 30 points away from previous day's low, and from there it sprang up like you can't say anything. I think once in the past I just mentioned Bitcoin is the only competition to Bank Nifty in the volatile movement. So I guess that's where we are with Bank Nifty, and we just closed near the resistance point that we have been discussing, but I guess that would be taken out with today's gap up note, and our resistance of 35,375 would be tested again. So assuming on that basis, that's been a long-term resistance for now for us from a couple of days. So I guess 35,375, not wrong. The next resistance would be 35,810. That's from June first week. So initially for us, for the intraday, 35,000 primarily, followed by 35,375 and 35,800 are the resistance levels. And on the downside, yes, we made pretty much good moves. So our support would be 34,500 initially, and then followed by 34,100 levels, 140 odd levels, yes, and followed by 33,900 levels. So these are the downside supports, and I guess we can just remove this. Yeah, it'll be less confusing rather now. So we have right around those levels, and I believe we will be testing. So we have yesterday's high also in between, so that just be crossed out, I believe so. Still, let's take that. So these are the levels to watch out for us, and there would be one more level that would be interesting over here, that would be 35,500. So every time a roundup number is basically a psychological resistance, despite of what charts say or don't say. The roundup numbers are always psychologically resistance, and they behave as supports also. So on that note, let's jot down these points on our sheet also. So where are we currently? Support one would be 34,520, 34,520. Support 2 would be 34,140, 33,900, and on the resistance side 35,180 zone, 33,380, and that would be 35,380 and 35,500, and that would be 35,800. So yes, that's on Bank Nifty note, but let's just stick to 35,500 for now in this. So that's on Bank Nifty note, and short term support would be 33,900 again, and long term resistance would be 36,000. It's about BN also, and let's just see BN OI stats. So yes, we very well closed around 34,800 levels. 35,000 we have a good call rating right now, but if the open is very much positive, we'll just take out in the open, and then call raters will have to cover their positions real quick. Then this next resistance would be 35,380 followed by 35,500. So that would be the level to watch out on the upside. And on the downside, we have heavy put rating at 34,500 and 34,000. So those both levels we still have as good supports on the downside. So I guess these levels are in line with what we have noted down in our Excel sheet, Google sheet also, pardon me. So that's it for today. We have extensively covered all these things. So in case you have any questions, please keep me posted. Otherwise, you can also check this sheet and post the comments in the comment section. I am attaching the link for this particular Google sheet in the description, so feel free to check it out. And that's it for today. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go hit the subscribe, share across, leave feedback where I can improve and where I can add much better value. So yeah, take care, have a good trading day. Bye bye.